This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hello everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we got one more, actually I got two more. I was a cottagecore builds for you guys. No, I meant cottage living builds for you guys. So this one, and then another one that I am going to be releasing next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, then we're done with cottage living builds for now, but don't worry, as soon as I get access to the pack, we're gonna go crazy with it again. I'm having so much fun, I had so much fun because I don't have access to the pack anymore, but I had so much fun building these, and I hope you guys will like what is coming to the channel as well with the new packs. So anyway, before we get too far into talking about the build, I do have to give you guys a disclaimer that the version of, or the software that the version of this game, how do I phrase this? The version that I'm recording in is not the final version of the game and may be subject to change, okay? So there might be a few glitches and, you know, stuff like that, as usual. As there always is with computer games, there's always glitches, so, but just so you guys know. So what we're building today is a small cottage, again, for a couple this time, and it's placed in the more foresty kind of area of the new world. So I built two different cottages in this area. This is actually the first build that I did when I got access to the pack. So I am kind of dwelling on a few things here and there just to check them out and stuff, just so you guys know, you've been warned, because I didn't really know exactly what was in the pack at the time. But I hope you guys will like it anyway and will enjoy this video, even though it is literally me trying to be a little bit, you know, getting to know the new items basically. So for the other ones, I definitely tried to go for more naturally looking landscaping, I want to say, but for this one, I went all in with flowers and stuff, so you'll see that once we start placing down some plants, I just wanted it to be super cute and have that sort of cottagecore vibe. So the next one that we're doing is definitely a little bit of an opposite of this one. So I don't know exactly what the opposite of cottagecore is, but I felt like when I built it, I was like, I gotta go for a different color scheme. So we're gonna do something else, but they're all cottages anyway. So there is that. They have that in common. I just remember thinking I want to make it a little bit different from the other one that I did. So, but that's, again, why we're talking about that build. It's not up on the channel for a couple of days, so let's just not. But this is also me trying to go through the different color schemes that I was trying to make it work somehow, because I didn't really know about the different combinations of colors on the windows, and the dormer windows as well were causing me some issues, as they did. Someone actually noted that on, when was it? Was it Saturday's build, I think? It took me a long time to figure out the color scheme for the exterior because of the windows, but it's because of, like, specifically because of the dormer windows. There's not the color combinations that I personally want to use the most, and that annoys me a little bit, and I am really bad at ignoring. For example, right now, you see the window frame in the dormer window. It's dark brown, I think, whereas the rest of the windows that I'm using are, I think they're white and brown, or are they blue? I can't actually see it right here. I don't remember what I ended up making them. Maybe white with brown or something like that. Anyway, or are they blue? I can't tell anymore. Whatever. You guys can see it in like right now on your screen. It's just that the screen when I'm recording my voiceover is so tiny, so I really cannot tell. But the dormer window does not match with the rest of the windows, and that was causing the issues on Saturday's build. So I saw someone being a little bit concerned if they were going to have issues choosing color schemes and such. I don't think so. It's just because I'm very nitpicky when it comes to the dormer windows. I really don't like it when they don't match. On this one, I think I ended up ignoring it, or I changed the color scheme at some point. I don't remember right now, because this is the first build that I did, so I did it like 1.5 weeks ago or something. But I don't think you're gonna have issues with it, to be honest. There's so many different color combinations for the windows, so I'm sure that you'll be able to figure out something. So just like, don't worry about it too much. The only thing that I would have wanted to make it a little bit easier for me personally is maybe a couple more different swatches of the cobblestone, the one that I'm using here, simply because a couple of them kind of look a lot alike. And I feel like there's a proper gray one missing, and maybe like a medium brown or something, because the brown ones that are available are really dark. But that's just me being, again, a little bit nitpicky, and I'm sure that if I ever, you know, start using a CC or whatever, I can get some downloaded or something. So it's not really that big of an issue. It's just me being a little bit, it would have been nice, you know, just saying. So I also wanted to try out the pawn tool for this one. So I had a little bit of an extra, or a little bit of extra space at the front of the house. That is actually the archway that I'm using here is actually a wedding arch, just so you guys know. It's not supposed to be a gate or something like that, but it just looked so cute, so I had to use it. Also, because I felt like it fit with the rest, like the landscaping, basically, because there's a lot of flowers in the landscaping and stuff, like I said earlier, and there's flowers on the archway as well, but it is a wedding arch, just so you guys know. There is a wedding arch in the game, and I decided to use it as a gate, so I don't think that's going to cause any issues for gameplay, to be honest, because they're still going to be able to walk through it. They just have the option to now be married, like in the gate to the to their backyard. But you know, what a luxury, right? It just looked a lot better than the plain green one, so I decided to go for that one instead. But I just wanted to tell you guys that it is in fact a wedding arch. So also, I think I have not said this yet, but I need to make sure that I say it before I get to the end of the video for those of you who don't stick around for that long. But the tray file to this build will, or the tray files, will not be up on Patreon, and the build will also not be on the gallery until the pack is available for everyone, because currently I don't actually have my own tray files to my builds that I've done with the early access. I don't have them. I have the save files, but I don't have the tray files. So as soon as I have access to the pack again, I'll make sure to I probably have to do a lot of repainting when it comes to terrain paint, but that is just the way it is. The game is a little bit glitchy when you use too many terrain paints, but I will make sure to save the tray files and also upload them to the gallery so that you guys can download my builds once they're available to me as well. Once the pack is available to everyone as well. So just so you guys know, because I know that a lot of you don't stick around until the end, because it's like, okay, we're into screenshots, I've seen the build done and it's completely okay. I used to do the same when I watched speed builds. I didn't actually watch the screenshots because I'd already seen the rest of the build, so I felt like what would be the point? And I know that there's also a couple who actually skip forward to the screenshots, which I think is funny, but you know, watch content the way that you want. It's completely okay, but just figured I would warn you guys if you want to download the builds. They're not available just yet, but also I feel like you guys already know that because, you know, no one has the pack, so how would you even be able to play in the build anyway? This is only built with base game and Cottage Living. I keep wanting to call it Cottage Core, and it's really starting to bother me, but anyway, and it's for 2 Sims. It's built on a 30x20, and like I said, it is built in the foresty area. I really don't remember what the different areas are called. One of them is called something with crumble, but that's about all I remember. So I for once forgot to take a screenshot of the world, and it bothers me so much because I do that every time. I've been doing that literally every single pack with early access since I think Get Famous, possibly. So it really bothers me that I just completely forgot for this one. I think I was just so focused on trying to get builds, like trying to build, that I just forgot everything about the world. I didn't even do a world tour. I should have done that. I don't know. I don't know, okay? My mind was elsewhere, apparently. Just all sucked into building, so. Also, by the way, I finished all the exterior before I started with the interior, and that's not something that I normally do. I feel like it's clever to do the floor plan before you start with landscaping, for example, simply because sometimes you will have to make adjustments to the shell of the build, and that means that all the plants are going to be moved around a little bit, and you're going to have to do the terrain paint again and stuff. But for this one, I was just so focused on getting the landscaping done. Like, I had a picture of it in my head. I wanted it to be cute and flowery, so I tunnel visioned a little bit, but I didn't get the rest of, like, the floor plan is okay. I feel like it makes sense. You walk into the living room, which is not something that I normally do, especially not for cottages. I like them to have a hallway simply because, you know, a cottage, especially a stone cottage, I feel like they would be in a cooler area. So this area is obviously inspired by England, Cotswolds, I think that's, someone corrected me because I think I called it Cotswold the other day, but it's Cotswolds. I'm not pronouncing it right, you know, I'm not British, so, but any place where, you know, winter gets a little bit on the colder side, I feel like it makes sense to walk into a hallway instead of directly into the living room. Imagine sitting there, I know they have a fireplace, but imagine sitting there on the couch and reading a book or something, and then the door open, there's a snowstorm going on outside, and the door opens because your partner is coming home, and suddenly it's just cold. There's a cold breeze coming into the living room. So I like to add hallways, but it just wasn't working out with this one. Luckily, you know, it doesn't have to be super hyper realistic because it is The Sims, it's just a game. But if I lived in this area, I would definitely want a hallway. Also, so I could place my shoes there, you know, place my shoes, place my coats, jackets, whatever else in the hallway. It just makes sense, you know? But don't mind the floor plan too much. It works. There's a kitchen and a dining area and a living room with a whole fireplace, even though, as someone also pointed out, the fireplaces are huge in this build, or in this pack. I don't know, they added 2 3-tile fireplaces and that is it. I will agree that it would have been nice to have like a smaller, cute 1-tile brick fireplace or something, not necessarily brick, but like stone, like this one. I feel like that would have been cute, but we didn't get one like that, so it is what it is. We have the 3-tile ones that are definitely a little bit of a, it's a little bit of a challenge to fit them into smaller cottages, but we got it to work in this one. I did have to move the, I feel like if you look at the house from the back here and then take a look at the window placement, it probably looks a little bit funky, but it works still, okay? They have a window, it's all good, so. But yeah, they are a little bit funny, a little bit funky to try to fit into smaller cottages. So if I were ever to build a tiny house, like specifically a tiny cottage house, yeah, whatever. Let's just go with that. I most likely would not end up using the fireplace, simply because it ends up, like, it takes so much space, so it takes up a lot of tiles. But other than that, I do actually really like the fireplaces. They look, I think they're beautiful, so I haven't really used the brick one that much because the one that I'm using in this one has so much charm that I'm kind of drawn to it. I don't remember if I ended up using the brick one in one of the other builds, but I know that I've used this one several times. It's just, like I said, it's charming, so. But I do agree with that comment. It would have been nice to have a 1-tile cobblestone or brick fireplace as well, because as far as I remember, we only have the one from Eco Lifestyle, which well, you could make it fit in a cottage like this, I think, actually, so we'll see once I get access to the other packs with Cottage Living. It's gonna be fun to try and mix and match across packs a bit, I feel, to see like compatibility and stuff. I think someone commented on that the other day as well. They weren't sure whether or not they wanted the pack before they'd seen if it worked with the other packs, and I fully understand that, because why would you want a pack that you literally cannot use with the other packs? Like, you'd be forced to use that one on its own all the time. That's a little bit annoying, I feel. So I fully understand that. It's actually one of my favorite parts of getting new packs. First of all, just going through everything and it's all new and shiny and the textures are improving every single pack and the items are looking cute, and then trying to make it work. And if it's not working, I'm gonna force it to work with the other packs, you know? Like, that's the fun part, making it work with the other packs. So I'm looking forward to that quite a lot, and it's probably gonna be a little while before I get access to it again, but we're gonna jump straight into it, mix and matching through across different packs, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna have a lot of fun with it, so. But anyways, you guys, we are at the end of this video, so I got one more build for you from my early access, and then we gotta do some other builds before we get access to it again. But I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. If you guys like this build, you cannot download it just yet, like I explained earlier in the video, but I'll let you guys know on the community tab once they're all up on the gallery and on Patreon as tray files. And yeah, if you like Roblox videos, check out my Roblox channel. And if you like lifestyle videos, check out my lifestyle channel. Both will be linked to in the description box down below and also in the pinned comment. And that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, I'm taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs, I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Looking back on how I used to be, I always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just as